Hi, this is Paul from MTB Pro. Today is Tuesday the 3rd of October and this is my stocks swing trading analysis and alert video. So let's go over the current open trades. So Google had a bit of a sell-off yesterday, like a lot of tech stocks really. There was about halfway through the session a really big sell-off. Did recover some of that and then closed around the open. So we're still at break even on Google. So Tesla pretty flat. This support level does seem to be holding for now, even though the volume has now flatlined and is, it's above average. So let's see if this can hold and then turn back up again. So Trip again, a break even. We're at this support level now. This needs to hold, quite critical for some of these stocks now. So Rice, quite impressed with Rice yesterday. Like I discussed, I want to put the trading stop at 28.21 now to lock in 0.5% profit on the trading account balance, which is below all of this range bound period. But more importantly to me, this is the first time that Rice has closed above $29 on this move. So really good sign for this increase in volume as well. Let's see if we can actually break out of this range now and get to the target. So now put the trailing stop at 28.21 on Trip. Okay. So now CAH, the short on CAH. A lot of the shorts went the wrong way yesterday. Even though we had quite a big sell-off mid-session. So we had another move up on CAH yesterday, still around this zone. Let's see if this can hold and push it back down again. SHPG, another short that went high yesterday, closed near the high, increased volume. Let's see if this can stop and come back down again. Snap again, another short that went high. Broken through this level now. We have got another zone that's going to see where we've got support, and that is here. This A pivot on the left, and all of this sort of resistance level here. So this is where I expect some sort of resistance here, so we can come back down. KEM had a good day yesterday, so we made a new high on this fifth wave move yesterday. Higher high, higher low. Reasonable volume, probably still slightly above average. And nearly the 0.5% profit on the trading account balance. DAL, slightly lower low, lower high yesterday, increased in volume. Hopefully now we're going to see this push back down, this 47.37 original entry from this big day that we had on the entry. Let's see if we can push that through and get back into the short position that we're in. PAGP, and again another one of those shorts that had a bullish day yesterday. But for this one though, we've got a lower high and a lower low. So price action wise, that's good, except for it closed near the high. So let's see how that goes today. PAA tiptoe triggered yesterday and then went higher. So I'm in now on the second trade in recent times, short on PAA. The first one we were in 3 days before it gapped down and took massive profits. It's then pulled back. Found resistance, come back down, gone below this previous target level, and we tiptoe triggered yesterday. So let's go to the orders. I've cancelled a few, so let's go through the orders I've cancelled. So pull went on yesterday. It did break the range, but to the wrong side. So we broke above all of this resistance level, closed near the high yesterday. So this order's no good anymore, so I've cancelled it. SGEN's been on for a while. Again, another one that's broke the range but to the wrong way. So I've cancelled that one. KN closed near the high yesterday and broke the previous wave 4 and resistance level. And the risk to reward was right on the nose anyway with 1.6. So this now takes it beyond the minimum risk reward, so that's cancelled. And the same with Domino's Pizza. So although it did come back and close in this range, we did break that high, so now potential stop loss for the order would have to be up here, and I just want to see how this goes. So I've cancelled, because we're back into this weekly channel now, so I've cancelled this order. So let's go through the ones that are left on and the new ones. So FCX had a good day yesterday, closed near the high, average volume, but we closed near the high, which is good. If this can push through now, 1477 is the entry for this, still looking good. ENR, the short on ENR, we did have a bullish day and increased volume yesterday for this, but it's still within the range for our stop loss and entry, so the order's still good at 44.63. SRI, we're just gradually moving up now. Volume was pretty good, okay, you know, about average yesterday, so it's still looking good. 561 entry on Siri. CNK didn't quite break the stop loss for the order, so we're still okay for the short on CNK. Oh, sorry, yes, I did adjust the stop loss slightly to 36.93, so I've adjusted the stop loss to 36.93, and you'll see that on the spreadsheet. Still entry at 34.88, so we've still got a really good risk to reward on CNK. So on Vail, we had a higher high and a higher low yesterday, but very small price action and lower volume. So this might go sideways for a while, but at the end of the day, we've got an order on. If it does break up above this level, we've got a really high probability of getting to that 2+%. So good risk to reward there. 10.57 to enter. NGD, no change there. Still looking good for the long. 387 entry. Just went a little bit gap down yesterday, a little bit sideways, but we're in a range at the moment. WAB changed the stop loss to 77.05 to cater for the new wave 4 high yesterday. It's still not really broken any major resistance levels. We are you know, in a good pullback zone. We've just got to let that find resistance and start to move down. So 73.90 is still a good entry for this, but the stop loss has been changed to 77.05, and that is on the spreadsheet. So the new orders for today: SBAC, we're going looking for a long here. Now the average volume is around about 1 million a day, so it's not spectacular. But when it does go, it does go. So as you can see from this big move on the wave 3 just here, so we're looking for something similar. We're going to go above the whole $146 level. So $146.12 is outside of the 6-4 moving average high line, this green moving average for today's bar position. And then we've got a stop loss at 140.50. Great risk reward there. $160 is the potential target. BSBR, another potential long. We've got above average volume still. We are looking at a 902 entry, which is just above the 6-4 moving average for today's bar position. I very much doubt it will trigger today, but I've put the order on anyway. Stop loss at 854. Let's just change that to red. Okay, and then the target is this previous weekly resistance level at 980. That's right smack on the 1.6 reward for the 1% risk. So that's BSBR. Tech, been looking for this one for a while now. Finally, I've decided on an entry strategy. Looks like this wave 4 has held. We had a good price action day yesterday with slight increase in volume, probably slightly above average, and closed near the high. We are then looking to move through $23 before we enter, so a 23.08 entry. with a target of around about 28.60 or something like that into this target zone. Great risk to reward. Stop loss for tech is 20.82. So we're going to make sure this is a conservative entry. We're above this level on the left here. Let's just highlight that for you. So we're above this congestion level here for entry, because obviously this was a resistance level at some stage when the markets didn't like it. We're above the lows of this gap here, and so looks good for an entry at 23.08 on tech. GGB, another potential long, cheap stock this one, increased in volume yesterday, starting to move away from this wave 4 low, which was a really good resistance level here. So now got an entry at 374. So it's above all of this previous resistance on the wave 3, above the lows here on this pullback on the fourth wave. So we've got a 374 entry, which is also outside the 6-4 moving average high for today's bar position. And I've got a more conservative stop below a previous pivot point down here, if I highlight that. So not just below the current wave 4 low, but this previous support level as well. So GGB 324 stop loss, so quite conservative there. 374 entry, but we've still got a great risk to reward into the target level around 483, something like that. So really good, but just be aware this could take a while. Looking at previous sideways action here, but when it does go, we should get a good trade there. So CJ, potential short. We're looking, it did test this weekly level yesterday. This is why it's now on the list. So we're moving and trying to get below the 6-4 moving average low. We're looking to break this weekly level, so I'm going a little bit conservative at 28.38, sorry, entry. 31.03 stop, and the target's way down here around about 20.36. So really great risk reward, 1 to 3 on this potential short on CJ. And the final one is BHP. Before I do anything here, I would urge caution. This is a gappy stock. It gaps almost every day. It's nowhere near the entry at the moment, but when it does get close, it's the sort of trade that you need a stop limit order on to get in, or you wait until the market opens, and if it goes through 42.61, you press the go button, because we do get these gaps quite often on this stock. But having said that, it's still tradable. It's still a good looking stock. Gone very conservative on the entry here, and the stop loss again looking at previous lows and pivot points, not just the wave 4. So entry on BHP is 42.61, which is way outside the 6-4 moving average high for today's bar position. Plus also it's above this congestion level here during the 4th wave. And these lows on the A pivot and from this gap as well. So it's above that price. So 42.61 entry, 39.65 stop loss. And the 1.6 potential reward is right in the target level around about 47.39. So decent looking trade, just will take a little bit of time to get there, but it doesn't take long for the gold prices to shift this quite a lot. So that's it for today. Have a great trading day, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.